Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello and welcome to your Wednesday evening. I hope you're all okay wherever you are currently. Hope you've had a nice, smooth day. Over here, I've been working on the latest... hold on a second. I'm on the correct microphone. Yes, I am. I've been working on the latest bullshittery today, which is SWAT 4 meets Ready or Not. Everything's going fine. I'm hoping to have the video done this week, but frankly, there's a lot left to do, so that might be a little optimistic. Also, the dog has just farted. For some reason, well, I know why, I'm giving her a particular type of treat. It's like a sweet potato and salmon treat, but it's making her farts absolutely rancid, so... Febreze! Little squirt, hopefully not to wake her up. My god, it's the only way I've been able to survive this afternoon. Every time she farts, it just the smell just wafts beneath me, and it's awful. It's awful. Indeed, yes, Disco Elysium has very much gotten me hooked, Molten Squire. What a fascinating game. Again, I'm going to say the same thing that I'm going to pretty much say this every stream. I invite you to perhaps skip this stream to give it a go yourself. Without giving you spoilers and merely giving you the back of a blurb, like for a book, a blurb on a book, essentially you're playing as a detective trying to solve a crime with an extremely heavy text dialogue like unlocking system. So you're moving through conversations in such a way that the gameplay is the conversation. So yeah, the whole thing is really fascinating. It's also weirdly dark. Hang on. So despite the color palette being like an oil painting, or like a watercolor rather, despite it being rather spectacular looking, you scratch the paint off the surface, and this is a very dark game. It is as dark as Fallout, I would certainly say so. And it's dark not for reasons of edgy super mutants torturing people. It's dark because you're being exposed to, I suppose, radical political ideas from different parties, be it, so the NPCs that you're talking with, you're having in-depth discussions, and many of them are at the far polarities of different political spectrums, and, yeah, so it feels like it's a game where you have to leave some of yourself on the table with the choices that you make. And these aren't choices of good and evil, to get a reward or whatever. Choices regarding, for example, like in the last stream, we had a particularly fascinating conversation with a big gentleman with tattoos. And whilst he did not outright say what he was talking about, he did not use the same terms that we would use. After a few sentences, you started to realize that this man is a Nazi. He wasn't using the word Nazi, he wasn't even using any of the words associated with the Nazis, but you could tell that his ideology was such that he was so extreme, so cooked through to the core, that, yeah, it's uncomfortable conversations in which, by the looks of things, you can even side with his ideology. Yeah. Well, yeah, okay, Arundel, to clarify, not necessarily outright Nazism, but certainly Aryanism and components of, like pseudoscience that the Nazis similarly embraced, really. Although, truth be told, maybe not necessarily, because bear in mind he was talking about spreading, eventually, Semina, whatever it's called, the holy semen land, wherever he was from, it would spread across the coast. So he's talking about, a massive expansionistic fucking totalitarianist state, I assume. But yeah, anyway, you know what I mean. Seminese, that's the one. Seminese. Yes. Anyway, but no, it's fascinating. It's a fascinating game. So let's continue, and welcome. Right. Do I plan to upload these streams to the closet? Yeah, why not? So Principal Agent, they'll stay up on Twitch for however long it takes for Twitch to take them down. I think it's about 2 months normally, and then they're processed and they go up in the closet. So yes, sorry, I know I keep saying this. Please use Twitch. Please use Twitch. I know that Twitch is a pile of shit on the best of days, but they also have the infrastructure necessary to view VODs. The little website that I've set up is a little website. It cannot handle a fraction of the fucking traffic that, is on Twitch, as in watching this channel. Thank you, Lolo Saraptor. Thank you very much, Lolo Saraptor. Okay, so, also, while I was thinking about it today, sorry, this is the Nazi. This is the gentleman, who is essentially outright saying sort of Aryan views. I also rather like that, consider the following. I can't click on these women. It's almost as if the game is implying, or maybe I'm reading too much into it, that these aren't really people. Every other person, or maybe that's not strictly true, most people I can click on and have a conversation with. But so empty-headed are these NPCs to the point that they are willing to be in the company of a Nazi that they are not even real people by the game's click over and have a conversation with them. They don't have views. I can't even hold a conversation with them. I just thought, hey. Right, okay. Well, sorry, yes, Google's, I mean, we're going to talk about that as well, because I was talking about it with Sam this morning. Yeah, the trouble is, the game, I do think, is pushing me into into centrism, as in it's pushing me into away from the political right and away from the political left, simply because, as expressed in this game, the political, I suppose, ideologues that I'm encountering are fucking insane. Like, I don't know how anyone, thus far, maybe I'm mistaken, how can anyone side with Joyce in the yacht with her fucking capitalist libertarianism taken to an extreme to the point that she's essentially part of a ruling class that has, in propaganda, is a vampire sinking their teeth into Revachol, this city. But they kind of got a point, you know, they're fucking everybody. How can anyone side with this piece of shit without being a piece of shit themselves? I was actually doing some interesting, I was going down a brief rabbit hole, seeing how people reacted to Measurehead over here, and it's actually quite interesting. Some people are confused by his perspective. Doesn't seem that confusing. It seems pretty outright clear what he's saying. You know, I wonder if some other people are feeling uncomfortable with his rhetoric. Anyway. Sorry, what was I talking about? Anyway, but I'm finding that the game politically is putting me in a bit of a weird, I don't know, it's putting me in a weird place where the ideologues that I'm encountering seem crazy, so yeah, maybe I am just being a centrist. Okay. The game insults you for being left or right or centrist. It's great. Yeah, it seems that, yeah. Well, I'm glad that it insults you for being left and right. I did read earlier that apparently, so yes, I know that I'm getting ahead of myself and not really engaging with the gameplay, but I was rather pleased to discover that on the revelation that the developer is openly a communist, apparently, I'm told. I'm rather pleased to see that the game itself has a scorching critique of communism. You know, of all the factions here, it sounds like the communists are just getting continually shat on as monsters. So that's fun as well. It almost feels like there is no right side. There's no right side. Okay, hang on. I don't know yet. I'm still working my way through the game. Okay. Hi there, Birdie. Birdie, I hope you're very well. Birdie, do you like racism? If so, you'll like this bot. Now, hang on. Right, so what am I going to do? I'm still learning, some of these other talent. So volumetric shit compressor. So basically, Kim told me to man the fuck up, and I did. So rigorous self-critique, which is where I'm trying to atone, I suppose, and be more sorry for my actions as a detective. I was so terrifying to a young lady that she actually quit her job at the hostel. Not entirely sure what this is. Derealization. I'm sort of pondering some of the names I'm being fed, because there's something strange about them. I don't know. It seems a bit abstract. Okay. Sorry, what am I doing? Hang on. So, do I have the ability to... No, not yet. I can nearly level up a new talent point in my brain to do with the facets of my brain. Okay. Right, my tasks. Close the water lock on Wednesday. Okay. To get to the coast, so down, apparently there's a crazy church or something, you need to use the panel to close the water lock. It's been blocked pending repairs, which should be done by Wednesday. Okay. What is the race enigma? Put the advanced race theory idea into a free internalizing slot in your head. If there are no free slots, free one up. Then pass some time, and when it's internalized, return to measurehead. This is how thinking is done. I'm not so sure I wish to become an advanced racist, frankly. And Birdie, sorry, I can't really explain it without doing a huge repeat of everything I've just said. Basically, the game is a detective game, but in doing so, you're being exposed to a whole bunch of sort of political grandstanding and people who are sort of speaking, as in the communists in this game aren't represented with the hammer and sickle and the waving of the red flags, but they're here nonetheless. And it's interesting sort of teasing out through people their political beliefs. It'll make more sense when you see it. Hang on. So this guy said...
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you?
He looks at you with soft and hazy eyes. No, we've already spoken to him. So we're here to investigate the murder. So I believe he's a union man, and he said to go and speak to Measurehead up there to open the harbour. I've got to run. Okay. Shit. So I feel. What do I do now? Because I need to find my badge. These people are scabs. They're trying to get into the dock so that they can work. It says GRIH, the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbour. Okay. Can I go over here? So we found a bunch of nationalistic paraphernalia in this lorry. Okay. Let's have a look around. Do I have a map yet? No, not yet. Not yet. Lower right corner? Map? Oh no, something else. So we couldn't speak to this woman because she was too sort of deep, having escapist thoughts. Just ignore her. Right. Anything down here? Alright. Choppy stream again? You're kidding. Oh, for fuck's sake. Hope there's not something wrong with my internet service provider. Okay. Let me know if it keeps getting bad. I'll try switching servers again. Okay, so we need to find that witness, but I think we just need to wait until time passes. Does time just pass on its own, or do I need to do conversations to make it pass? Let's go back to the whirling in rags. Okay. Right. So no, I don't think the union men are in yet. The time passes in dialogue. Understood. Okay. So presumably the game is telling me I need to have more bits of dialogue. So there must be some people I haven't spoken to. Okay. Hi there, Scout. Hi there indeed. Right, so who haven't I really spoken to? What's that there? That's one of the coin-operated viewer is banged up and inoperable. There's another one down there. It said I could pass time on a bench? Oh, did it? Okay. Go over, sit down on the bench then. When do I need time to pass? Hang on. I'll have a look. Give it a quick save before I fuck it up. Okay.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
I don't want him to be gone. I like him. I like the lieutenant. Also, wait, did she pronounce it correctly? Finally? Finally? Right. Let's go. Oh, did she? Sorry, did she? I must have misheard. I thought she said lieutenant. Did she say lieutenant? It's annoying. They keep pronouncing it incorrectly. Okay, let's go speak to Joyce. It's only the UK calling it lieutenant. Yes, but which? What language are you currently typing into the chat, Birdie? Svenska. Yeah, okay, cheeky. Right.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
She takes a sip from her silvery thermal cup. I've got some more questions about reality.
More lessons in basic reality? My favourite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
Okay. What is acute encephalopathy?
It's a neurological disorder caused by lack of vitamin B in the brain. Symptoms include a retrograde amnesia. It's quite serious. You should get yourself checked out.
For those unfamiliar, at the start of the game I woke up without my memories, so obviously I'm telling people that I don't have my memories, and she suggested that it might be this medical condition. Okay, what causes it?
Well, it's either bariatric surgery or long-term alcohol use.
It's definitely the drinking.
She nods slowly.
I appear to be a severe alcoholic. Right, so let's try this then. So hang on a minute. 3% chance. No, so I can't do either of the rolls effectively. So what is this? I spread my hands. I'm not entirely sure what I'm asking here.
A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions?
I meant this place. Here.
Ah. This is the pier of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A, where the tenants have been kind enough to rent me a slot.
She spreads her arms almost as wide.
Or two.
She looks around. Okay. What is Rue de Saint-Ghislain 33A?
A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And new buildings, bâtiments. After, les bâtiments nouveaux. But 33A and 33B are not nouveaux. They're old.
She looks up at the crumbling facade.
This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. A real high-rise by the standards of the last century. Built to mirror the skyscrapers across the bay in the Delta. That was before the war, of course.
Who lived in them?
Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once primo real estate, before the cannons lopped 4 or 5 stories off.
Yes, and then you, along with your cronies, you blood-sucking capitalist leeches, sucked all of the revenue from this region, and there is no middle class anymore. The building's gone, and the class that used to live in it.
Splat, splat.
Ah. From a dilapidated balcony, Cindy the Skull gives Joyce the evil eye, her red paintbrush held to her throat.
You could be wrong, but from here it appears as if she's running the brush across her throat in a soaring motion.
Why aren't you in school?
Wonderful.
Right. Thank you, Iljima? Thank you, Iljima. What is that? I point to Cindy the Skull. What do you mean, what is that?
The girl in the old lady rags.
Yes.
Looks like a sullen and rebellious member of a teen infraculture.
Infra-culture?
Yes. You and I belong to the supraculture. We're common, the herd. The music on the radio, the food in the chain restaurant, those are all too popular for the girl in the old lady rags. She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture.
Okay. I understand everything. Make it more complicated somehow.
I can't. That's how simple it is. One may dye their hair green and wear their grandma's coat, all they want. Capital has the ability to subsume all critiques into itself. Even those who would critique capital end up reinforcing it instead.
So presumably what she's referring to is even counterculture, even putting like punk fucking jewelry on and wearing trench coats or whatever to smite, to play the part against capitalism. You find out that those same materials are manufactured in a Chinese or Vietnamese sweatshop by the exact same company.
All right. What next?
She pauses to take a long, leisurely sip of tea.
Suddenly, you're not so sure you're part of the supraculture.
I don't even know what I am. Let it go.
Of course, No time for silly infracultures. There are more pressing, reality-centric questions to be asked.
Well, the problem... after we had this conversation a couple of streams ago, chat, the thing that I felt most was kind of a sense of disgust, in the sense that my role as a police officer, not even a proper police officer, just a member of the militia, is essentially propping up a status quo that might not deserve to be propped up. A status quo of, as we've covered a few times, a free market, capitalist, I suppose, pie. An old jewel of an ancient empire. Berlin, essentially, has been chopped up into pieces, and all of its mineral rights, petroleum rights, all sold off, with no powerful state fighting for the well-being of the Revacholian people. It doesn't matter what form that state takes. You have to be able to, grab, I don't know, Coca-Cola by the collar and say, look, you can do business here. It's okay. You can do business in the UK. But if you break our laws, if you harm our people, you're fucked. As in, you've got to be able to grab a corpo by the throat, make it clear that open hand for trade on the other, but the cutlass is is rattling in the scabbard. But that's the problem. That's the exact problem with Revachol. They don't have that. Because after the war, power vacuum, no strong government came in to replace it. Fucking libertarian capitalists have drained this place dry. Sucks. Fucking sucks. And now all I am is just a fucking pawn, a pig of the status quo, just to keep the fucking machine turning. Anyway, sorry, I'm waffling. That's all for now.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything
Thank you.
else?
No, that's fine. I'll leave. What do I do? What do I do now? Okay, my tasks. Close the water lock. Find out who's in the union box. They're not there today. Most likely they'll eventually show up. Okay. Not asking her for money. No, I don't want to lose every ounce of my dignity. Okay. Explore the secret passage. What's the race enigma? The smoke on the balcony. Visit apartment 28 sometime after 10. Track down my gun. Not sure what to do now. What direction to go in. Hello. Delinquent.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
It's hardly a mural. You just kind of spilt paint everywhere. No, I've had a full conversation with her. Okay. So where do I go now? There must be something I haven't explored somewhere. Right. There's Kuno and the little ginger shit. Through here? Is that a passage? No. Can we get through there? No. We haven't been over here, have we? Oh, wait a second. How do I get up there? That's what? Is that the back of the... That's the door for the... That's the entrance to the, what is it? To the harbour. Okay. Hi there, delivering nightmares. Hi there indeed. Thank you for saying so. Yes, if anything, I was a little worried about the forest video when I made it, because it felt a little... It felt almost like I didn't necessarily... I kind of played the forest, and I was hoping to sort of go into more in-depth topics about survival games in general and the stories and stuff, but I just found that the forest was so mind-blowingly strange. Like, people who watched the live stream of me actually finishing the forest, I couldn't find words. All the plots in my head, the things that I was coming up with, just evaporated into nothing, and none of it mattered at the end. It was almost like a parody. The forest almost ended up as like a parody of a story. It was so odd. And so consider the video essay that I did. Consider it to be therapy for me. But big buts. I really want to do a follow-up video because I played Sons of the Forest, and oh my god, I have some thoughts. I have some thoughts. Holy fucking shit. Also, I think I love the developer. They're insane, and I love them. Hang on. This winch mechanism has been oxidizing for some years. What about here?
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
What is that?
It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack. Glad you asked. When junior researcher Olari Tal invented Eternite in the Vatna Polytechnic Institute some 30-odd years ago, he thought it would last forever. Hence the name, Eternite. Sadly, the only lasting thing turned out to be the material's highly carcinogenic effect.
Asbestos! It's asbestos! Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Whoops. Okay, why am I looking at this pile of... Okay, so high perception. A white check I may reach... So, why am I looking at this pile of roofing material?
Because
Success.
there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite.
Ah.
That's why they're too orderly.
I pull the panels aside.
There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Ah, I've got cancer. Okay.
What is this then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
He peeks inside. Anyway, sorry, for those joining the stream, welcome. Right, so I'm playing as a detective trying to solve a crime. There's a man strung up to a tree over there, and we're trying to figure out who killed him. Alright. Oh dear. Has David Cameron been here? Hang on. An empty tube of magnesium supplement. A magnesium supplement you rub on your chest to live a happy magnesium-rich life. A cured pig's head. It looks mummified. A silver plate with traces of bone-yellow powder.
Be still, my beating
Nope.
heart.
Nope.
It's amphetamine.
Nope.
Sweet amphetamine.
Electrochemistry, you be quiet. That's the part of my brain that loves addiction and shit.
The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Is there rhetoric? Is there? Hey bro, do you mind if I just fucking snort this? Actually, sorry. I don't... Do you snort amphetamines? Hang on. Someone has taken narcotics here. Perhaps the police should interfere. I wasn't thinking about taking it, I swear. I was thinking about justice. You know, I heard amphetamines make you a really good detective. Are you a really good detective? Oh, fuck. Perhaps the police should interfere.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However...
He points at the ladder in the corner. I beg your pardon, this is below our pay grade? Is it?
See that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
Oh, okay. Cool. The poster says, get out of the way or get fucked up. Is this where Kuno hangs out with the other little shit? Ooh, some cash. Money gained. Ah. Right. What's this? It's a coat. No, we're not going to touch the coat. What are we doing? It's a door frame, Lieutenant. The doorway is going to collapse soon. Restoration pillars keep the ruins together. Yes. Okay, yeah, there's the back way up to the harbour. Okay. Can we get up here? Seems we can.
Yes?
Oops, sorry. Sorry, Kim. Nosafed. More health. Alright. And we are up, it seems. What's this here? some more cash. Alright. We get down here. Okay, that's the door that we can't operate. That's the Nazi. Hang on. Is there a way to get down?
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its back.
Yeah, wait, that's the police officer's thing. You son of a gun. It's a cop cloak.
Yes, it's probably yours.
Oh.
It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment.
Fair.
You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
Savoir-faire. Challenging 12. Go for the cloak, jump over the ledge. 17%. A white check, you may retry it. Do you really think the cloak is mine? Should I go for it? Jump?
The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it?
He looks over the ledge at the cold pavement below.
Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meter stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you.
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide?
I look
The
around.
wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard.
Yeah.
That machine is a Kvalsund 1020 HK.
Okay. Kvalsund 1020 HK. I point at the crane. Alternatively, motherfucker! Now that's a huge crane!
Yes, that's one way of putting it. It's certainly an impressive achievement of engineering. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here.
He looks at the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind. Okay. 17% chance to make it. What do you think, chat? Okay. Savoir-faire. This is what is it? Motorix check? Okay. Savoir-faire. Sneak under their noses. Stun with immense panache. Here we go. Here we go. You ready? Savoir-faire. Oh, fuck. I fucked it. And here I go. Okay, or
No,
not.
no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up here.
Morale critical. Heal yourself now.
You could have died there. Shit, 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 shit. I'm failing you. This wasn't part of our deal.
Hey, hey! What happened?
He sounds genuinely worried. I'm alright, Kim. I just can't do it right now.
I understand. We can always come back when you are feeling better. It's just a cloak, after all.
Yeah, not right now.
Rigorous self-critique.
Ah, okay. So,
Here it is.
here we
Hard
go.
facts from the man you are. You once jerked off in the locker room and were caught. You held a young woman by the arm and kept her in your apartment for 20 minutes against her will. That's right. These are not flights of fancy. These are real deeds, Harry, emerging from the darkness of your past. You tried shooting a fleeing suspect in the foot, but hit him in the pelvis, crippling him for life. And, above all, you let life defeat you. All the gifts your parents gave you, all the love and patience of your friends, you drowned in a neurotoxin. You let misery win, and it will keep on winning till you die, or overcome it.
Fuck. Yeah, no angel is your character. Okay. So sorry, for those who don't know what just happened, I leveled up one of my talents, I guess, through like secret talents that you can unlock through conversations. Because I was showing contrition repeatedly for many of the things that I apparently have done. I've been able to sort of process that and think about my past. So what has it given me? So intelligence and psi red check failures heal +1 morale. Okay. What's that, sorry? Fitness, is that? And motor optics, red check failures heal +1 health. Learning cap for pain threshold raised to 6. Okay. Oh, physical. Is that meant to be physical? Okay. In other words, I'm a sorry cop. Seems so common. But can I just say, based on this guy's behaviour, if one does not play as a sorry cop, forgive the sweeping generalisation, but one might be a piece of shit. You know, when you learn what this guy has done, if, you know, if you're like, yeah, that sounds like the right thing to do, then your player character might just be a piece of shit. So yeah, failure heals you. Okay. This is a very British point of view. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. We Brits, yeah, exactly that. We try to take, we're modest in many elements. We dislike people who sort of throw their weight around and boast. Greatly dislike. If you're going to get anywhere in anything in Britain, you've got to be relatively modest. And we really, really fucking hate bullies. Okay. So, what now? Can I unlock any of these? Alright. Now what? So I can't proceed up there, not without passing a check. Can I just, like, reach it? Just jump a little bit and grab it? Oh, there's a bucket over here. Hang on. What's in that? Postcard. Another one of those postcards. Okay. No, we just can't get it, can we? Okay. Another dead end. Can I look at that? What's the time anyway? Time's still passing, but it's not quite late enough yet. Okay. There's money next to the bucket? Is there? Am I blind? Oh yeah. Thank you very much. Bit of money next to the bucket. Nope. What am I doing? There we go. Alright. Okay. Any bonus and penalties attributes from the equipment? Yes, some. Hang on. What is the check exactly? Hang on. The hanged man. Pile of clothes. What's that? Sorry. A pile of clothes. Is this because I don't have a map? So acquire a copy of the city map. RCM. Policeman's cloak. Challenging. Savoir-faire. So motorix. So go to my equipment. What have I got? So physical instrument. Reaction speed. What have I got around my... Hang on. So logic, electrochemistry, logic. Put these on. There we go. They look stupid, but increase in logic, but reduction in my authority. Inland Empire, so that's hunches. Interfacing. A reduction in my savoir-faire. No. Are you kidding? Am I going to do this? Okay. Kim, I've got an idea. Trust me. Trust me, Kim. I know exactly what to do here. I'm a trained detective. Here we go. Now, Kim, watch carefully. In order to make this jump... Hang on. I'm going to remove my trousers and my shoes. Now I'm going to try again. Here we go.
The tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing.
Locked. Put skill points into savoir-faire to open the white check. Oh. Oh. Damn it. Should have taken my trousers off before. Shit. Okay. I took my trousers off. Oh yeah, took my trousers off for nothing. Okay. Put them back on. And my shoes. Right, reaction speed, rhetoric. What else is here? Handkerchief, just stuff for sale, really. Okay. Right. So now what? Let's keep exploring. But yeah, anyway, sorry, away from Disco Elysium, folks. Yes, I'm working on the bullshittery. It's going fine. Gotta be honest, I didn't get as much work done today as I was hoping. Need to try and focus up tomorrow. Just trying to get the video polished so I can get out the door. Yeah. Right, hang on. So there's the hanging dude. So where can I get a map? Wait, what's that? Logic. This is the logo of the municipality of Revachol.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags."
That's the hostel over there. Oh! Hold on. The documents. The documents that Sylvie dragged out of my toilet. I blocked the toilet because I was flushing documents, and then I asked her, what did you do with the documents? And she says, I don't know, I don't remember. I don't remember every single thing I do. She put them in the trash, didn't she? Okay. Thank you, Selmac. Thank you very much, Selmac. Right, so why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash container.
Just a trash container? There is no such thing. Your fingers start to itch just looking at that padlock.
We got a set of bolt cutters in the fucking car.
We could try using a pry bar.
Or a pry bar.
There's one in my motor carriage, or...
Or, Lieutenant?
Or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
You mean the bartender?
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea.
Let's go speak to the bartender. Hang on. Okay. Why would the bartender have the key? Let's ask him. Right. Hello, Lena. Do. Hello.
Can I help you?
He arches an eyebrow. Is the trash container out back yours?
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
I wonder what this feeling is. No, it doesn't. Nothing stirs in me, and it isn't callous. It's common sense. I wonder what this feeling is.
Prod at him and find out.
Doesn't it seem callous, guarding even your leftovers from the poor? Ah, it's another one of these. I'll ask him. Doesn't it seem callous to you, guarding even leftovers from the poor?
Callous? What are you? Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The Whirling in Rags is not special in that regard.
Yeah, it's a fair point. Sorry, I might be wrong. Kras Mazov, I think, is the communist revolutionary leader who overthrew the autocratic monarchy government in '08, I think? About 40-something years ago, I think.
Krasmazov, nom de
hello.
guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
Yum yum. Tell me more.
He killed himself.
Oh. Maybe I am Krasmazov. No, I see. So this is your personal... No, fuck. Again, I feel like I'm continually being the centrist, but that's mainly because the bartender has a point. You know, if other people are fucking... If you're paying for a service and other people are not paying for it and are instead dumping their rubbish into your thing, is it that crazy to put a padlock on it? We're not talking about giving away leftovers to the poor. We're talking about, as he said at least, other people dumping their rubbish in your thing. That being said, I mean, Revishol's a shit show. I mean, God, this game is so complicated. Sorry, I know it sounds like I'm overcomplicating it, but I don't really feel I am, because you're continually encountering situations where it's like, the status quo is kind of shit. Nothing's going to change. No, I'm no Krasmazov.
No one was implying you were, officer.
No.
Where were we?
No, I'm not literally Kim. I mean, like, in Outlook. Never mind. We need the keys.
What do you need them for?
To open the trash.
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
The lieutenant's voice is harsh and sudden.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
Okay, thank you. So, sorry, for those joining the stream, I suspect that Sylvie might have taken the documents that I was trying to flush, and maybe my police badge as well. It said that the plumbing was blocked. A plastic badge would do that, as opposed to a bunch of just paper well, I suppose paper documents would do just fine at blocking it, wouldn't it? Let's have a look. Right. Let's have a look. So she unclogs the toilet.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags." With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid.
Cool. Good to know, Oljima. Cool. Yeah. You know what I mean, chat.
Don't.
Oh.
Maybe you shouldn't.
So Inland Empire appears to be hunches. I don't know why it's called Inland Empire. It's gut instincts. Don't, maybe you shouldn't. Oh, so he mentioned this before regarding maybe I don't want to know what the documents were. I flushed them for a reason. Yes, I was shit-faced, but I flushed them for a reason. What's this?
Just a feeling. A warning from some part of you.
Open a lid. Open the lid.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Continue.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Okay, I look under the boxes of cartons.
You see milk, an egg rest with one broken egg in it, some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're used to this.
Used to what? Dumpster diving?
No, searching for evidence in the trash.
Oh. I dive further.
A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
I pick up the rags.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
I grab them.
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air. Are these the victim's clothes? The smell is not nearly as bad as the cadaver. These clothes could not have been in contact with the deceased for more than 2 days after his death.
So why the fuck are they in the trash? Under lock and key? Did someone take the trousers off the hanging corpse? No. Why would anyone do that? Did someone strip the clothes from the corpse on the lynching and put them here? Therefore the corpse was already dead when it was strung up, which would explain why there's no footsteps?
Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Yes,
Oh, fuck, sorry.
I think the clothes were taken off to get to that armor he wore, then discarded. They must have stripped him of it fast too, the scavengers, in a matter of days.
Sorry, drop them here, officer. The lieutenant produces a black plastic bag marked evidence. Sorry, I skipped it by mistake. By early stages, you mean these were taken from him no more than 2 days after his death. So I think the clothes were taken off to get to the armor he wore, then discarded. They must have stripped him of it fast too, the scavengers. Oh, I see, in a matter of days. So maybe it's not related to the murder at all, just a bunch of scavengers. But how did they get in here in the trash? Unless the whirling in rags just picked them up and absent-mindedly put them in here. Bag the trousers.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but
He looks into the container.
the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Are you sure the belt is white? He's being strung up by a utility belt. Is that not the belt that was used in the hanging?
Something slimy catches your eye.
I reach for it.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I bag the shirt.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
Wait a minute. So, yeah, I was going to ask a second there, but I thought I was misunderstanding. So the clothes were over the top of the armor. So he was wearing a stab vest when you say armor. He was wearing something underneath his clothes. Was he undercover, essentially? As opposed to a security guard? Or do security guards just have standard issue? You know, fucking underclothes armor. I don't know. I don't know how security guards dress.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
Thrown out towel, a mug, that's all.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
He nods towards the red-haired boy behind him. Yeah. You think someone from the whirling might have been involved? No, I don't personally think so. I mean, they could have quite easily just sent a bunch of trash and binned it. We need to ask the kid who put them there. Then again, the other people who have the keys are the trash disposal people who have the keys. So, one of the steel-tipped boots people? I don't know. Are the trash people with the union? Or are they just dock workers? We need more information. We need to ask the kid who put them in here.
The fuck's he on about? Kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
You're a fucking never mind.
See?
Right. Okay. Do you think someone from the whirling might have been involved? Maybe.
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Okay, we'll proceed. I guess I was wrong about the documents.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
Oh, maybe not. Hang on. Search the food waste. Is there more in here?
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, what's this?
What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
My badge?
Something larger.
No.
A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
Oh, okay. No, it can't be. I don't know. It can't be.
Yes, it is. Look. This plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form.
A miserable-looking slip of paper sticks to the board. Did I try to flush the clipboard?
If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash?
My options are, it must have been cramping my style. It has a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin. What the fuck does that even mean? I don't think I want to be a cop anymore. That's why I tried to flush my cop life down the toilet. Yeah, we might as well be honest with him. I think we pawned the gun. So, sort of timeline of events, because I'm not entirely sure what happened there. So, Sylvie said that I was waving my gun around in the whirling rags. But then she also said that I had a bunch of money and she thinks I pawned my gun. So maybe the waving happened first, then I went to the pawn shop, sold my gun. I told the pawn shop guy that I don't deserve the equipment of the Revachol militia. And then I binned the paperwork and got shit-faced. Yeah, I think I genuinely just didn't want to be a police officer anymore. I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore. That's why I tried to flush my cop life down the toilet. Sorry, before I do that, there's a piece of information. Don't let it slip past my brain. Hang on. What did I specifically try to flush? A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging on it, written in a man's handwriting. RCM street grid. He points at it. I've even got an autopsy form. Autopsy form. Is it filled in? What was I reading? Okay. Yeah, so I don't think I wanted to be a cop anymore.
Well,
He doesn't know what to say.
lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes.
I say nothing.
It will also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Anyway, where were we?
The lieutenant peers into the trash container where soggy cartons and rags stink uninvitingly.
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
The mug, I'm getting that mug too.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the Yellow Man frolicking in saffron,
An antique?
only in its social sensibility.
I'll take the mug.
Mm-hmm.
The lieutenant briefly glances at the mug, then returns to his sight to the trash.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
I'm not sure I understand. Close the lid.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
Thank you, Danish Pigeon. Thank you, Starkiger. Thank you, One Fell Swoop, and Stelmac, and Insomni. Thank you, all of you.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
The lieutenant sounds relieved. Okay. So hang on a minute. Just trying to hopefully things don't slip past me. So the dead security guard had armor beneath his clothes, which was subsequently removed, but they were removed about 2 days after his death, which is strange to me. And it's also strange that they would be here, right? Like, surely if he was killed else, like, I mean, were these just scavengers that just wanted the armor? And he was, basically, was he strung up wearing the armor, if you get my point? Was he strung up wearing the armor and someone just stripped it off him and took it and stole it, and then someone from the Whirling Rags or Kuno maybe picked up the clothes? I don't know. Or did the killers strip him of his armor and put him there to make him, I don't know, look like he hasn't got armor on? And again, why was I haven't seen a security guard at the docks. I don't know what they look like. But potentially, was he wearing undercover armor because he was an informant? Or something? Someone undercover in the Union? That's why he was killed? Okay. Keep looking around. Again, sorry, yeah, for people new to this chat, I'm not really looking for the answer. I'm just sort of speaking my mind. Let's speak to fucking Kuno, the little shit.
Fuck does Kuno care?
The boy turns to you. He doesn't care. Okay. Kuno, I found your shack.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in?
I phase shifted through the roofing material.
Shit. Get the fuck out of here. You can't do that.
No fucking shit, you ginger prick.
You can't do that, Kuno. He's trying to fuck at you again.
Pigs can't displace. Can't do that teleport shit.
He says to himself, then turns to you.
How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right?
Are you shagging that pig in there? No, hang on. Is that my coat up there? I'm pretty sure it's mine.
Is it? You got pretty fucked. Kuno's surprised you've still got your head after all that.
After all, what?
Don't sweat it, drunk pig. Kuno will keep your nasty secret. Kuno's not snitching.
He's saying you climbed up there. He probably saw you do it. Yet, that conclusively explains how the coat got up there.
Okay. What was with the pig head?
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
No, I don't believe you. You little shit. I do not believe you. You found it in the trash and you took it there, didn't you? Right. Demo tape. Forget it. I'm not saying those things.
Too brutal for you, huh? Kuno, fuck your tongue off.
You're a child. No, I just want to get back to the shack.
Of course you want back in there. Everyone wants back in there.
Right. Hang on. I found a plate covered with powder residue. You know anything about that?
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
Fuck. Again, this game is so dark. You scratch the surface just a little bit. Transient, not in education kids getting their hands on amphetamines, and no one seems to fucking care. In a carcinogenic covered shack.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes.
Electrochemistry, shush. You be quiet. What's with the tube of magnesium?
It's a vitamin, pig. Don't
Vitamin.
you know anything?
He looks at you like you were just pointing at the sun and asking what it was.
You could use some.
It's magnesium, right?
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a battle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's going to use it against you, Kuno.
Just magnesium. Don't mystify it.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
He looks at you, eyes bulging.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're going to OD and you're going to fucking die.
I don't want to do Mag. I'm good, thank you. Mag, no offense, if you're there in the chat. Right. No, I've heard enough of this bit. Hang on.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom.
Fuck. This kid never had a chance, did he? Never had a chance. I want to talk to you about the crime scene.
Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it?
Okay. The dead man's clothes were in that trash container. How did they get there?
Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno.
I need to know. It could lead to be a lead in the investigation. Someone may have tampered with the murder scene.
Listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there, dumpster diving. Sad shit. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real.
You'd have to be blind not to notice the giant white letters F-A-L-N running down his trouser leg.
What's he on about? F-A-L-N? Wait a minute. Is it implying that he fucking stole the clothes? Hook you up with some sweet rags like the ones Kuno's wearing. F-A-L-N? Is the security guard from the F-A-L-N? Is that what he's saying? Did Kuno steal the clothes? Listen, he stops you. Kuno doesn't care about the small-time shit. Found. I asked you what happened to his clothes. You must have seen them lying around. Alright, entertain me. What's so great about these pants?
Pig, these are found modulars. Liquid fit, performance crotch, urban survival shit. Made in Mirova by scientists. Pants scientists.
Found is just the brand, is it? I thought Found was one of the corporations, no? Am I mistaken?
Believe it, you need this shit.
It's just a brand. Sorry, my mistake, chat. He unzips his jacket and gives you a quick peek at the plastic-wrapped pants. They are graphite black and look brand new.
These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness. Coach Physical Instrument endorses these pants. They are tartan ready.
What does that even mean?
They will also make you into an idiot.
Yeah. No, I asked you what happened to his clothes.
Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around, except for that up there. Now, you want performance gear or not, Grandpa?
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, "I told you so," any louder.
Yes, you don't know anything about the tampering I'm investigating. I already have pants.
Whatever. Kuno was trying to help you, but you're too fat for fouling anyway, pig.
Yeah, for those who didn't see the prior stream or just the game in general, it's, yeah. Fuck. It's the whole Found thing is a critique of just capitalism in general, really. These people are being sold, they're having stuff taken from them in such a quantity that they can't even they can't even realize what they're losing, and in exchange they're being sold designer sneakers, tracksuits, other items of clothing that they simply do not need at a substantial markup. And in the words of the marketing guy next to the lorries down there, he was selling used clothes to keep the economy going, implying that, well, there's no money. There's no the capitalism has been around sucking this place dry for so long. No one has the money to spend on fucking. Do you really think Kuno paid for them? Little shit probably nicked them. Yeah, like Nike and like Adidas and that sort of stuff. Thank you, Eriwolf and Corgi Boom. Right. What's in the greenhouse over there?
Dunno. Kiptas gardener used to work there.
Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Areopagite descent. It used to be a common first name among the Areopagites of Ilmara. Not so much anymore.
Yeah. Sorry, Angelic. Basically, yes. So this is keeping it short. Revachol seems to be a situation where, imagine after World War II, Berlin was taken over by the Allies, but there was not an attempt to get Berlin back on its feet. Instead, the capitalists came in and divided it up into sections and then just kind of sucked it dry without a strong state to resist. And so the rest of the world continued on with modernity. Again, if Joyce is to be believed, with coloured plastics and fucking transistors and all this cool shit. Like, technology has advanced. Sorry, she said, what did she say? Something about Indio, like, ocean, like, communications? I think she means the internet. Or at least undersea communication cables. Maybe. Yeah, that was it. Sorry, intersolar communications? No, yeah, I think she means undersea cables. Basically infrastructure. And yet here, everything's just dilapidated and shit because, well, they're doing what capitalists do, which is exploit people to an extreme degree and creating extreme wealth inequality. Oh, I see. Between islands. Between island communications. Interesting. Okay, hang on. Sorry, what's this? The gardener. You mean the young woman by the whirling in rags? The gardener, so describing the greenhouse.
Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit.
Kuno looks like shit.
Yeah, her. What was she doing in the greenhouse in March anyway? What kind of gardening is done in March?
What do you mean? What kind of gardening's done in March? That's when you do the gardening. That's when you're preparing your earlies or whatever. So it's legit, chat. Literally right now, at this very second, on the windowsill over there on the porch, I have 16 rocket potatoes, which are in the process of something called chitting. I've never done it before, but apparently you need to leave them in a bright location in order to so a bright location so that they start like growing small shoots from the side. Yes, a rocket potato is a type of early, I think it is. It's a type of potato that's very fast growing, but also doesn't store very well. And you do this in March, apparently, and then you get ready to bury them come April. And then, obviously, they start getting ready until about June to August. Yes, chitting. Chitting potatoes. Yes.
Fish is sometimes used to fertilize the soil a few weeks before planting something. Maybe she was preparing the garden beds.
Yeah, doesn't really matter. Okay, it's probably fish. I'm not going to waste any more time asking about this. Wait, refuse task. What's the task? I should ask her. Oh, fine, we could ask her about it.
Yes, it seems suspicious. You don't like things being like that. Suspicious.
There's also this mug in the trash.
The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again?
No, I don't know. Why did I bring this up with him? Oh, fuck. Does this racist mug have anything to do with it?
Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you picked it after the mug fucker? 'Cause he's the clothes fucker?
What?
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
That's exactly what I'm saying, Kuno. Someone has tampered with the crime scene, cleaned up some of it. Did they? Is that what I'm saying? I just assumed it was a random mug that some idiot broke and the whirling put it in the bin.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator.
No idea what he's on about.
Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can...
Tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting 2 and 2 together here.
I don't think you can even count that high.
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Get away from my Kuno.
She lets out a hiss, even meaner than before.
Yeah? Get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's face.
Okay, I might have questions later. For now, let's talk about something else.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Okay, I'm off.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Kuno never had a chance, did he?
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you slouched.
There's a lack of magnesium in me?
Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream.
I'm not sure that's how it works. So I need to maggot sideways? Maggot up. What does that even mean?
You need to get so magged up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already. And the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium.
I need to stop thinking about this. Weird composure being weird. Okay, let's go give the key back to the dude. Oh yes, I'm able to level up one of my things. Okay, so what do you think I should do, Chad? Yes, it will check the tasks as well. Oh yeah, and the clipboard. Right. So, logic. So logic. Hang on. 6. What does this mean exactly? Rhetoric. So intellect base is 5. For the jump. Savoir-faire for the jump. Nah. I don't really want to be leveling things through necessity. What happens if I put more into logic? That seems to be the one that's being the workhorse right now. Hang on. 1 second, we got company. Hi! You alright, my darling? You okay? Yeah. She's fine. She's a happy girl. Okay. You can spend a skill point for a slot for your internalized thoughts. Oh, really? As opposed to here? Shiver, half-light, perception. Perception could be good again. I've already got 1 point into perception. Interfacing with machines. Suggestion. What's this? Charms men and women. Visual calculus. Reconstructing crime scenes. Alternatively, okay. I can unlock a slot here. Kingdom of Conscience. -2 half-light, calm water. Encyclopedia, workout. Lonesome long way home. Oh yeah, that's trying to figure out if I have a home. Let's rewind. Let's trace your drunken steps back home. Jump across the raised channel bridge southwest of here. Fall over. Get up. Get off the asphalt in 20 minutes. Shuffle your feet through the courtyard, scaring little children. Go onto the great raised motor track, the 881, until you reach Le Domaine Imient in North Jamrock. The streets are frozen this time of year, caked with ice. Walk down Main to Perdition. There's a side alley there, and your footprints in the mud. So I can try to remember where my home is. Kingdom of Conscience. Heartache is powerful, but democracy is subtle. Incrementally, you begin to notice a change in the weather. When it snows, the flakes are softer when they stick to your worry-worn forehead. When it rains, the rain is warmer. Democracy is coming to the administrative region. The ideals of the DeLorean humanism are reinstating themselves. How can they not? These are the ideals of the Coalition and the Moralist International. Those guys are signal blue, and they're not only good, they're also powerful. What will it be like once their nuanced plans have been realized? So this came up when I'm repeatedly declining extremist political thought. Well, here's the thing, because the chat might openly laugh at me for this, because I don't even know if it... fuck. I'm constantly finding ideologues of insanity, of communists and ultra-capitalists, and I don't side with any of them, which is why this appeared. So is this the promoting democracy? That would never work. It's too late. So I know I sound like I'm sounding like a doomer, but it's too late for Revachol. It's too late. You can't recover from this. It's over. You can't recover from this any more than Russia can recover from what they're going through right now. Not without extreme external help. Revachol's fucked. The only way to help Revachol is to leave it. Well, help yourself, I guess. Fuck. It's depressing. So am I getting that? No, even communism. No, communism wouldn't be the solution either. Communism is just going to... Well, there's already been a 42 million casualty list on the communism front. Not specifically for the communism, but... communism's not going to work either. All you're going to do is push people away from your radical nature and... sorry, this is my own personal politics coming to the forefront. Communism has a tremendous extreme flaw that prevents it from ever being realized. What is it? So communism essentially kills ambition, and without ambition, you cannot advance. When everyone, even the slacker knobhead down the factory line, is putting in no effort and getting the same reward, you've got no ambition to succeed as you do in a capitalist structure, and as a result, nothing advances. You've got no incentive to put in the extra mile because you'll never own anything. It fights human nature, which is why communism will always fail. And the corruption. Sorry, I'm going off on a weird rabbit hole. Unlock this or not? I don't know. Let me think about that. Let me think about it. Let me hold the talent point for now. Does ambition need to be tied to compensation, says Oklahoma? You need something. You need something to push people along, to do that, to research that little bit harder, to get that extra edge. And if there's no incentive, for most people, for almost all people, it's a bit of a killer. Alright. So what am I doing now? So 1 minute. What have I got here? Track down your gun. Who put the clothes in the trash? We'll have a word with the bartender. Read the ledger and name on the case. The case needs an official name. Go to your inventory and interact with the damaged ledger and give it one. Okay. Finding the right line might take time. Ask the gardener about her gardening in March. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Hang on. Ask the gardener. Thank you, Archmage and Airy Wolf. Hello, gardener.
Hello again, officer. How are things?
Good, thank you. Tell me, what exactly have you been doing in your greenhouse in March?
Well, this might be the last snow we get. At least I hope so.
She points at her wheelbarrow, surprised at the question.
Snow has nutrients in it. Helps everything green up in the spring. At least that's what my grandma always told me.
Okay.
Yes, think about the cute grandma, not the weird snow.
+1, disingenuous grandma. Visual calculus. So reconstructing crime scenes, 83% chance to succeed.
Stop looking at her. Look around. What do you see?
Traffic jam, wheelbarrows, stacked up chairs, someone with nothing better to do. Traffic jam.
That's right. And the canal, the bookstore, the harbour gates. This is a great vantage point for keeping an eye on you.
No. What? No. Thank you, Archmage August. Thank you very much, Archmage. And the Parker. Thank you very much. Noted, but I'll keep it to myself.
Glad to have been of service. Now you know the locals are keeping tabs on you.
Okay. Yeah, that's strange. I didn't expect that. Why would the locals be keeping... Well, they don't like RCM, that's for sure. What's all this fuck the police business?
Excuse me?
She doesn't understand. The street sign. I point up to it.
Oh. Well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
Okay, well, I didn't mean to startle you.
Okay.
Her shoulders are relaxed. And you have to run. Do you reckon? No. Why would she be watching us? Okay, hang on. Right, sorry, now what? Oh, sorry, there's one thing at a time before I lose track. Sorry, chat, you gotta bear with me, I'm just fucking head spinning a bit. Let's go speak to the manager about who has access to the trash of the Whirling in Rags. Hang on. Okay. Sorry, for those joining the chat, I'm a detective investigating a lynched man behind this bar. Behind this hostel.
Can I help you?
Okay, here's your trash container key, thank you.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
Yeah, I found the victim's clothes.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Maybe you don't remember putting them there. Maybe you were sleepwalking or in a fugue state. No. Could someone on your staff have put them there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
Yeah, I don't really have much reason to do that. Who else has the trash container key?
The trash collection service, CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threats that solves itself down the road. Thank you anyway.
Okay. Thanks, we'll talk about something else.
Yes?
Goodbye. Ah, fuck. Okay. So who else has who else had unauthorized access to the Whirling's trash? Find this person, and you'll know who tampered with the scene. This might take a while. Okay, what's the time? Hang on. It's currently the evening, about 20 minutes to 7. All right. Read the ledger and name the case. Read the ledger. Name the case. What's this? Sorry. Damaged ledger. Use the interact button in inventory. The yellow man mug. What's this? Oh dear. The broken-eared mug somehow made its way into the Whirling and Rags dumpster. It depicts a person of Samaran descent frolicking in a field of saffron flowers. Buck-toothed and grinning feeble-mindedly, it seems to be a cheap knockoff of some colonial-era antique. Okay. The damaged ledger. This is a ledger you found in the trash. It's full of notes written in a man's dense cursive. Have a closer look. Maybe it can be salvaged to start keeping notes on the case. Okay. How does one interact? What's the interact button? Drag and drop? New. Interact button in... Try. Interact button in inventory. Where is that then? Blind? Blind. I'm blind. Oh. Sorry, I thought it was another... No, it is a class of items. Blind. I'm blind. Oh, here. Ah,
it's
there's a
the
button.
ledger you found in
title.
the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Okay. Sorry, chat. In my defense a little bit, I am ad blind. It was a thing that I read briefly ages ago. Basically, apparently, people these days, when it comes to reading internet quickly on the internet, they skip the title. Apparently, it's a thing. It's a thing where people skip the title and they go straight to the body of the text, and they also skip the bottom of the frame. Ad blind. Because you're exposed to so many fucking ads and banner bullshit, you ignore whatever's at the top of the web page or whatever. You just go straight to the body of it because whatever's at the top is probably bullshit. Yes, excuses. But I was like, oh yeah, when I read that, I was like, I do that, don't I? I don't read what's at the top of the frame. I just go straight to the middle of it. Hang on. You probably do it too. You probably do it too without realizing. Okay. So the ledger, a pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from a plastic board. Okay. Anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper. Or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you.
Thanks, brain.
Thank you, waterlogged ledger, for spelling it out for us.
Right. Inspect the... Why are we inspecting the toilet paper?
It's just toilet paper, sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Leave it there. It's cool.
Way cool. It says, everyone look at me and my toilet paper covered cop ledger. I don't care. My ledger is droopy and it smells like a urinal.
Oh, fuck. Inspect the clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
I've run my fingers across the aluminium.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
Silvery sticker.
Looks like an official mark, made to be low visibility outside the right circumstances. It is similar to the RCM watermark on your blazer the lieutenant mentioned. Didn't he say something about the headlights of his motor carriage? That you can read these there?
Did he? Oh. Oh yeah, something. Yeah, but the square, the rectangle, the marker. Lieutenant, is one of the hologram watermarks. Is this one of the hologram watermarks you mentioned?
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to RCM property.
He's lost in his own notes. What kind of information?
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved.
0 in here. How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
The headlights of your Kanima?
Yes, RCM vehicles have headlights tuned especially to reveal halogen watermarks.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Thank you.
Okay.
He returns to his neatly kept notes.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand. It's a sorry sight.
Oh, fuck. Smell the ledger.
The acidic stench of rotting food has rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner.
Thank you, Archmage August, and thank you, Deadeye. Thank you. Hang on a minute. So I just got to wet the whistle.
You know, like the bits they put into public piss bowls, probably called Fermi Discrete, or Axle, or something. At some point in its journey, the ledger has seen the inside of a public toilet.
I know. Sylvie told me I dunked it in the bog.
If you knew it was dunked in the toilet before getting chucked into the trash, why are you sniffing it?
Shut up, brain. You be quiet. The option to sniff it was there. Sorry, Sylvie mentioned that I was pressing my handgun up to my temple. I can see why now. Shut up, brain. Stop sassing me. I'm a police officer. This is police work. I'm following leads, you know?
Torturing your own nose for no reason is not conducive to case cracking, bud.
Are you angry with me, Nose?
Yeah. Turns out your nose doesn't like self-indulgent literal shit huffing. Quelle fucking surprise. Come on, no more. The ledger is going back down, away from your nose now.
I browsed the white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What's in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases, undertaken, not completed, mind you.
Does that imply that I was horrendously overworked? That I was incompetent and unable to complete cases? Stacked up for 2 months?
It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Is that good or bad?
What do you mean? Is that all?
That's it, question mark. Is 2 cases a week a good caseload? Should I embarrass myself by asking Kim? That's it? Question mark?
The notebook is annual. It says 51 on what remains of its cover. A molten strap of cardboard. Everything prior to this must have belonged to a previous volume. In short, there was more.
Is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
Oh. Okay. 2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I completed them, though.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
Kim Strange. I know I keep mentioning this chat. Kim Strange. He keeps... I don't know. I get the feeling I'm being assessed.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
Okay. Yeah, he's always there to pick you up. Seems like a good guy, Kim. I was mentioning a mention of the naming convention on this clipboard.
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Okay. Oh, they're written in capital letters as well.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
More?
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout.
Does that imply a sense of grandeur on my part? An attempt to make the boring case numbers more fun? Murder features prominently throughout. Do detectives pick their own cases? Or do we just get given them?
It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Okay. My cases appear to employ some kind of naming convention, Kim.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
No, I mean non-numeric ones, like with titles.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Why?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I have one named The Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one The Man with the Hole in His Head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself.
I like Kim.
I pray his loved ones never find out.
Yeah. What happened to him?
Rail spiked through the head.
Fuck.
He died. It was a workplace accident.
Fuck. Sucks. Do you reckon that's a reference to that, what was his name again? Marius Gage, I believe it was? Give a Google of that if you want a fun read, folks. It has a happy ending. Marius Gage, he was a railway foreman, the turn of the century, and he was working with a rail spike to sort of tamper some blasting powder into a hole. Anyway, something went wrong, and the blasting powder exploded too early, and this rail spike, this like javelin-shaped thing, blasted up. Sorry, Marius Gage, isn't that a space marine? What am I saying? Phineas Gage. Sorry, Marius Gage is a space marine. I'm getting my names mixed up with 40k. Anyway, this javelin-shaped rail spike flew out of the hole at tremendous speed and went through his skull. Went straight through his fucking skull. And miraculously, he survived because the rail spike was really, really smooth, and it kind of just so it went up through his eye socket, or just below his eye socket. You can see all this on the Wikipedia page about it, but and it went under the eye socket, but it kind of pushed the brain out of the way. It did injure his brain. Apparently, a piece of it fell out when he went to the doctor, and the doctor didn't believe him. He was like, "What do you mean you got hit in the head with a rail spike?" Through his head. Anyway, what was fascinating about the case, and apparently it might have been overblown over the decades afterwards, but apparently it caused rather significant personality changes in Cage. He wasn't the same man, at least according to some friends, but again, it's not clear how much of that is a convenient little story. Yeah, dude suffered brain damage and struggled as a result. Became a stagecoach driver, if memory serves. Yeah, it's a fascinating thing. Fascinating thing. Guy got fucking a javelin through his brain, and he made it. Anyway, what was I doing? Sorry. Hang on. I have to open an official case. Count the pages. That's true. Oh wait, so we haven't even opened a case on this? Okay.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete.
Okay. Using the pen that Lena gave me. The monkey pen. Commit to paper.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.
Cross out the ones I've already finished.
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. You're a swashbuckler with that pen, Harry, and it feels good. Feels like completion. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
A little bit of order in the chaos. Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
My options are the Hanged Man, the Furies are at home in the mirror, the Setting Sun, shit on a stick! Actually, I don't have one. Chat? The Furies are at home in the mirror. What does that even mean? The Setting Sun, shit on a stick. Chat is saying 4. 5. Actually, I don't have one. The Setting Sun. Why 3? Was that the opening quote from the game? What, shit on a stick? Please don't name the case shit on a stick. 2 was the original name for the game. Oh, really? Is that a reference? No. Okay, that's interesting. The game's original title was No Truce with the Furies. I nearly said furries. Okay. The Hanged Man, the Setting Sun, shit on a stick. I think just sorry, it sounded to be boring. I mean, the Hanged Man. It's a hanged man. The Hanged Man.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Yeah. Okay. I'm done inspecting these. I close the case file.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Okay. Logic. Can I read the case file now? Kim explained the system. Browse the case file again. Browse the yellow papers. Look at the clipboard. So hang on, can I read the case file now? 92% chance to succeed.
Yes, you can piece
Okay.
them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB 41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700, the next world mural.
So time of arrival on the scene, 4-1. 12:01. So that's 12th of January, 5 in the afternoon. Okay. What are those, officer precincts?
Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
And HDB?
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
Ah, those are my initials. Horace Debbie Berenger. Hram Darjan Binzakin. Those are my initials. I'm not feeling them. Well, I don't know what to say to that.
I got nothing here either. Logic really isn't the best faculty to have this conversation with. But it's the one you got. So sorry.
That's fine, logic. How long does it take to read a case?
It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start?
We can revisit this later. Let's do one for now. The next world mural.
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne. Cause of failure, rent too high. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible, only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class. People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case."
Really? A mural of 2 silhouettes kissing? The text in the true love is possible only in the next world for new people. So that's saying the people born for new people. Is it talking about people born in the zone of control? It's too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class. Doesn't really exist now. It's protest art, isn't it? And detectives got assigned to it?
The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the belles lettres have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the next world mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown.
Did we ever find out who came up with it?
The case files do not show you finding the author of the design. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3.
The fuck does that mean?
The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between 2 options.
So it's asking what my opinion would be on this? Remove the mural, it's wrong. Keep the mural, it's right. Huh. So protest art has been erected. Oh, Fuck. I might unfortunately be a bit of a square, chat, and you might dislike me for it, but you can't just fucking start putting up massive fucking things without permission. I suppose that's what the point of the vote is, isn't it? It's not really asking... Oh, I suppose that would be my perspective, wouldn't it? Remove it purely because that's not how you meant to do it. Yeah, it is graffiti. Yeah, I would vote to remove the mural. Remove the mural, it's wrong.
A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority. And that love truly is possible in the next world for new people. And it is too late for us.
Fuck, that sucks. I mean, that's the outrage, really. That everything's fucked, and that mural just expresses how fucked everything is. All that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class. I like it, but we can't wreak havoc. So hang on, my options are: all that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class. Why? The middle class are not to be blamed. It's human nature. I like it, but we can't wreak havoc on. Can't we wreak havoc on other nations instead? I must have voted and possibly even lobbied to remove the thing because I don't believe in that rubbish one bit. Well, forgive me. I don't think any of these messages really reflect what I believe in. In that it's not the middle class, it's the rich. It's the ultra rich. The true response would be to eat the fucking rich. Not the middle class who are being squeezed as hard. It's the whole Kulak thing. You know, it's the ultras, as Joyce put it. Not the middle class. The ultras are the problem. The ultra-libertarians. Okay, so the option that I would pick isn't really here. I suppose maybe I shouldn't have voted for what I voted for then, if that is my perspective, isn't it? Actually, sorry, thinking about this out loud, that was a weird way for me to vote, wasn't it? Because I agreed with its message, but I voted to remove the mural just as a matter of process, you know. I'm fine with the message, so long as you, like, arrange to have it put up properly. Instead of just fucking putting it up and being like, it's up now, what you gonna do? That was a weird way. Yeah, that's a very... Like, I don't know. I've kind of backwards... I don't know what I was doing there. I can't explain it. Okay. All that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class. Shit, I'm a little stumped here because, yeah, I don't feel the middle class are to blame. The ultra-rich are to be blamed here, not the middle class. But I suppose I'm going to have to pick it if I want to say what I want to say, which is, you know, you got to fucking raise hell on something if you want stuff to change. Yeah, wreak havoc on the middle class.
In any case, it appears to have been a rare case of civil activity in the quarter. And agreement as well. What do you want to tackle next?
Oh, interesting. This is super fucking cool. Holy shit. Like world building and in what exactly happened and where. Okay. Were there more options down? I don't think so. Did I miss options down? Okay. The case did mention that the graffiti was sponsored by someone rich. Yeah, I think in my head I kind of... Okay, that's true. But, you know, like I figured that it was still protest art nonetheless, unauthorized. Alright. What I just said was stupid, because protest art by definition is unauthorized. It's a protest. Let's do another one. What's the square bullet hole murders?
It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound in the victim's forehead. She's been sitting there for weeks, on her rocking chair, with a square hole in her skull, staring at the wall, her mouth agape.
But...
That's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is the entry wound was square-shaped. You never found the bullet. And then another body showed up, also with a square hole in his forehead.
Surely it wouldn't be a bullet. A sequence killer?
Who knows? Those pages are missing. What next? One day you may still catch the man with the square gun.
It's not a... It wouldn't be a projectile. Surely it would be like a... What is it? You know, like fuck. What are they called? You know, in skyscrapers. You know, the fucking... The bolts that they put in. They go... Like high pressure bolt things. Be one of those, wouldn't it? I don't know what they... I've no idea what they're fucking called. You know, the square things that go... Like, put like the bolts through metal. Rivet, that's the word. It's a rivet gun. Be a rivet gun. Right? Or like a nail gun, yeah. What's this? The unsolvable case.
A.K.A. Leslie and Burke. A.K.A. The public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk is a cursed case. It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 29, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it, it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in Jamrock, know it's unsolvable. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man, and you can't lock them away because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypassers and for Burke to stop dismantling signage and rear-view mirrors would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which, in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, is a medical improbability on par with you ceasing to produce the expression.
There's nothing wrong with the expression. Look at that face. Isn't that a trustworthy face? You be quiet, brain. Okay, proceed.
Threatening fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get the local gang of Zemyaki to take them out.
Take them out?
The Zemyaki gave them ethanol, so Burke and Leslie would expose and rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints wouldn't stop, as they hadn't stopped for 10 years.
Take them out? Take them out? Fucking hell.
It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street. Because there they are, on the corner of Perdition. And what is Leslie doing?
Leslie's doing the public indecency.
Good, you're learning. If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. That and Burke breaking things, and the fact that they're both drunk. But then again, so are you. The case becomes considerably less comic one day when Burke takes a swing at your ledger.
Ooh.
He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. You're drunk out of your mind on potent Pilsner. You slam the hardened plastic board in his face. Then you proceed to beat him unconscious with it.
Fuck.
In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but are unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie, who, at this point, is tending to Burke.
Fuck.
He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open. You've smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is, Burke can't walk anymore.
Fuck. This game is so fucking dark. And we learnt before that I restrained a woman without her consent in my hostel room. I shot a man in the back, in the pelvis, aiming for his foot, only to permanently paralyze him. And now we're learning that I beat a guy paraplegic? I beat a guy paraplegic after he went for me, but because I was off my fucking face on either drugs or drink. Fuck.
Can't get out of his apartment. An invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke. Who knows? But both drunks are off the street. The complaints stop. The unsolvable case is solved.
Fuck, that's so dark. That's so fucking dark.
Which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end. Do you want to read another one?
I don't know. Fuck, that sucks. I don't want to be a police officer anymore. Holy shit. Fucking hell. Yeah. Shit. That's a real fucking downer. That's a huge fucking downer. Sorry. Anyway, speaking to the chat just joining, and we just learnt that my character, in addition to just being a general piece of shit, has crippled 2 people in the line of duty. And it was by being a reckless piece of shit. Right. Anyway, looking at the time, everybody, it is a couple of hours in. Hang on. Yeah, I'll probably have to leave it there this evening and go and wind down. So it's time's getting on. Yeah, anyway, well, thank you for watching. This game is amazing. Holy fucking shit. This game is proper amazing. I do strongly recommend, yeah, so do pick up Disco. Actually, hang on. Am I meant to recommend it? Because apparently the developer got sacked or something, so I don't know. Maybe get it off the back of a lorry or something, you know what I mean? Anyway, but yeah, it's really fucking good. It's really, really fucking good. Right. What's going on right now? So I'm working on a bullshittery. So I'm working on SWAT 4 / Ready or Not bullshittery. It's going fine. I was hoping to have it done by the end of the week, but there might be a bit of a tall order, so bear with me. I'm good. Lulu's good. I'm sure I'll be back again tomorrow morning for more of this. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, I hope to catch you then. I'm quite tired, truth be told. I keep yawning. So, yeah, gonna wind down, go to bed, and have more energy for this tomorrow. So, thank you again for being here. Hang on. Sleepy dog. She is farting like crazy. It's horrid. I bought her some new treats with sweet potato in them. Maybe I shouldn't give her those, because fucking hell. Right. So, thank you, Deadeye. Thank you, Archmage. Thank you, both of you. 1 second. Drop the doc file in so you can watch me. Oh, yeah, of course. Hang on, sorry. Let me do that for you. So, there's a file. Let me show you. So, I list all of the issues that are remaining for the bullshittery, you see? So, hang on, where is it? So, not make a copy. Share. So, yes, as I work, you're welcome. Yeah, feel free to sort of observe. Yeah, watch me go, essentially. So, hang on, here it is. Is that the right one? Should be the right one. So, yeah, it's like a list of issues remaining, although granted, I've only quality assured the first 4 minutes and 50 seconds out of 12, so technically 11. So, yeah, lots to still add to that list and work on. So, bear with me. I'll work on the bullshittery as best I can. Right. Thank you again. Have a lovely evening. I'm going to bed, and I'm going to cuddle this dog. Yeah. Oh, yes, also, sorry, one more thing. Last night, before I went to bed, I gave her a peanut... So, when we went to the pet shop, I turned around to see what Lulu was doing, and she stuffed her entire head in a box of treats, right? She was getting the aroma of whatever was in there. So I picked up one of these treats, and it was a peanut butter-filled, like, roll of something. It was like a twisty roll of some sort of animal, and inside was peanut butter. And she was obsessed with the smell. Anyway, going to bed last night, as I was tucking into bed, she always looks at me expectantly because she gets a bedtime treat. When we go to bed, and if she's a good girl, she gets like something chewy that she can like chew on, and then I can go to sleep, basically. That's the deal. I also trick her because she, like a little minx, decides to get in the bed first, get where I want to sleep, and basically refuses to move. So I've had to bribe her to get the fuck out of my bed so I can actually get in the duvet, and I'm trying to get her out of the way. Anyway, the point that I'm reaching is I gave her this peanut butter thing, and it was huge. It was like that. It's like that thick and like this big, right? She ate the whole fucking thing. She ate the entire thing. It was gone. Like, I expected to find like half of it hidden behind the sofa or something. It was gone. She completely fucking devoured it. Maybe that's why she's smelling. Oh, dear. So she's a happy girl, is what I'm saying. She's a very happy dog. Right. Thank you again, everyone. Have a lovely evening. I will leave you in the company of Digby. What's he doing? He's probably doing his armor... He's doing his armor, what is it, flight sim session thing. Hang on. Right. Whoops. Raid Digby. There we go. Cool. So, thank you again. Have a good evening. This is ZF Digby. Hope to see you again tomorrow morning. Bye.